folks, JD here, and today we've got a indoor copter. We've got the Realacc R10. Right, let's open this up and have a little look. Now, okay, there we go. So, sits on top, transmitter underneath, manual, as well as some accessories there. Right, okay, let's move some of this stuff out of the way. We'll come back to that in a little moment. Right, okay, so we have this little copter. Well, that looks a little bit like the Hasakee that we looked at a couple of weeks ago. Similar sort of shaped body, sort of curved body towards the top, a little LED in front. I'm guessing that is going to be bright white. Let me just plug this in and have a little look. Yeah, bright white LED on the front, blue LEDs on the front underside, and red LEDs on the back underside as well. Now, all in all, I quite like the look of that. I think that looks very stylish. I think it looks very nice. Although the plastic is very thin. But if you squeeze it, it does feel really well put together. It feels solid. Probably because of this arch here, actually giving it a little bit of stability and a little bit of strength there as well. So the flight time from this is between 6 to 8 minutes. This little battery inside has a charge time of 40 to 60 minutes. And it is a 3.7 volt, 300 milliamp hour. So that's pretty standard for these sort of indoor quads that you see. Now that isn't too bad. I quite like that. Now, obviously, on the side here, next to the little propellers that we have, we have a set each, one set, sorry, of propeller guards here. Oh, you can take them off. Now, when you take them off, this is pretty much what they look like as standard. They are just your standard sort of propeller guards. And the motor housings underside here just fit the propeller guards. And then the propeller guards fit over the top. And then you can just push them down to fit them like that. And then they fit quite solidly. And they actually work quite nicely. Now these propellers, ooh, okay. Now there's not a lot of movement between the propeller and the propeller guard. In fact, this is looking quite dark. Let me just open the blind behind me. I don't know if you can see how well you can see this. I just opened the blind behind me. But this particular propeller guard here is pushing up against the propeller. See? So what you're going to probably want to do is just bend this propeller guard slightly, just to ensure the propeller actually then gets past that propeller guard like that. Now, otherwise, when you take off, you are going to hear a ticking noise, like a tick, 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 tick. And that's just going to be the propeller ticking or just moving ever so slowly or ever so closely to this particular propeller guard here. Now, with the other propeller guards on, it does have quite a nice size to it. If I can ever get this one off the mat. There we go. So let's just attach this. Let's check out this side of this propeller as well. Flying distance with this particular copter is 30 to 50 meters. Yeah, that one does exactly the same. That one moves as well, so you're going to have to bend the other side as well a little bit. Yeah, there we are. It probably got crushed in or got moved slightly in transit perhaps. But once you do move that, you can get around there. Okay, so that is the copter. It looks quite stylish, looks quite nice, even though it does sound really quite tinny. It's really quite plasticky. It is actually put together quite well. On the underside, we don't have anything special on these landing sprigs. They are just plastic from the underneath of the motor housings. So if you are going to take it out and try it outside, make sure you land on something nice and soft, otherwise you could end up smashing this plastic underneath, because the plastic isn't that thick on the underside and there isn't any cushioning from foam. You do have a nice little battery bay on the underside as well, and you do have a little bit of variation here just coming off the electronics off the inside. So there we go, that's the quad. It looks quite nice. I think that looks quite stylish. Now, here's the transmitter. Now, as you can see from the transmitter, the quadcopter does not have altitude hold, so it is going to be a quadcopter that you actually control yourself, obviously without, you control the height yourself without using the internal barometer, as this won't have one at all. So as for the buttons on this particular transmitter, this is what we have. We have the power switch down the bottom, just here, which you can just slide on and off. You've got an LED indicator at the top here. You've got your standard trim buttons working down around the outside. You have your left shoulder button, if you push that once, you have speed control for speed mode 2, push it again for speed mode 3, and then back to speed mode 1. And the right side shoulder button, when you push that down, you can perform flips and rolls with the directional analog stick on the right as well. Pretty standard. Make sure the copter is straight and isn't moving when you do perform some 3D flips and some rolls there. Other than that, you get, if you push down the left analog stick, you get headless mode for anybody that wants to use it. So that's all from this particular, if you click the right thumbstick down, you do get return to home. Now obviously, as this isn't a GPS copter, it is going to approximately come back to where this transmitter is, but you may find in fact that it won't be 100% true, so just be a little bit wary of that when you do call this back home, should you use the return to home feature. Now, this transmitter needs 2 AA batteries in the back. This transmitter does not allow USB charging of any sort, so you are going to have to use shop bought or pre-charged batteries inside this before you use it. Now, this is a pretty standard transmitter we've seen with a lot of other quadcopters. You can hit all the buttons really easily without actually moving your hand too far around, so that in itself is quite nice. And the transmitter does fit in your hand really nicely, and it does feel quite comfy to operate as well. You also get a small accessory bag. So inside here you get USB charger, you also get a little screwdriver, and you get 4 spare propellers as well should you need them. So all that, actually, that's not too bad. Oh, you get 2 chargers in fact with this. I was trying to work out what the other charger was, but you actually go for, you get your standard USB charger and cable, or you get a little USB charger. You can just plug the battery directly in if you shouldn't want to use this particular cabled version. That's quite nice. Nice to have an option of one or the other, rather than just having the one charger. So let's just pop those back in there. Right, and that one back in there as well. So that's okay. That's not too bad at all, and for the price of this copter, you do get quite a lot of things with it. So all in all, you do get the copter as well as the transmitter and as well as the accessory bag as well. Now there is one thing I haven't done, and I'm about to do it now, and that is how much this copter weighs. Full flying weight, so we're going to go with the propeller guards, we're going to go with the battery, and the full weight, your flying weight, is 28 grams. So I would say because of that weight alone, it would be best suited indoors. You don't want to be taking that outdoors and finding that with that 28 gram, it may fly away. So there we are, folks. Thanks ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD. You've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.